I asked you if House Speaker Anthony Rota should resign over the massive gaffe of celebrating a 98-year-old man who turned out to be a former Nazi soldier. So the listeners were very divided on this. The NDP and the Bloc have called for him to step down. Pierre Poilievre blames Trudeau. Let's find out what Jean-François Lisée thinks. This feature is brought to you by Guaranteed Industries. For the best Lennox home comfort systems out there, call Guaranteed Industries at 514-342-3400, a Lennox Premier dealer. The former leader of the PQ, Jean-François Lisée, joins us now. Hi, Jean-François.
Hello, Natasha.
So listen, we all make mistakes, right? But this one's a doozy. Do you think Rota should resign?
Well, I think, had he made this mistake last month, thinking that one of his, an elector of his constituency warranted being applauded by the House, as is being done almost every day, without the presence of President Zelensky, we could take his sincere apology and just live another day. But this happened while Zelensky was there. Zelensky is at war with Russia. Russia is saying that the reason why they want to invade Ukraine is because it is led by Nazis, and even though Zelensky is a Jew. And so if the KGB had devised a propaganda ploy to try and buttress their position, they wouldn't have done anything better than what happened on the floor of the House. The extent of the damage done to the reputation of Canada and Justin Trudeau, and to the reputation of Zelensky, because he's portrayed as applauding a Nazi, is so great that Justin Trudeau should, in my view, have himself, as soon as this was known, asked for the resignation of President Rota. He has to send a very loud message that he is angry about this, that he dissociates himself from this, and so he should be the one asking for the resignation, although it's a Liberal MP, as you know, and he should table the motion of censure of the president. Why he does not do that? Well, it's perfect Trudeau. I mean, what he said today was the preamble of this call for resignation. It was deeply embarrassing to Canada, deeply embarrassing to Zelensky. Therefore, I walk out and I don't go to question period. Hey, come on.
Yeah, that is not an acceptable response or reaction. However, all I'm thinking is there's a lot of emotions at play here, right? Embarrassment, like you said, on the world stage, yes, for these leaders, but also each and every one of those MPs who stood and applauded in ignorance without knowing. Embarrassment plays a huge role here. And
Jewish members of parliament as well. Well,
did you hear Karina Gould? I mean, Karina Gould, who is a Liberal MP, was saying this is she did not call for Rota's resignation, but she said this is hurtful and basically the trust has been broken.
Sure. And the only reason why these Liberal MPs do not ask for the resignation is because the Prime Minister doesn't, and that's the line. But clearly, their own first reaction would be to ask for the resignation, but what is in the interest of Canada's reputation in the world today is that at least the day after this is on all the newspapers in the world, you want to have a counter signal from the Prime Minister saying, this is not me, this is not us. I had him removed, by the House. The other thing is that, of course, Poilievre is the only one, as you said, Natasha, who's not asking for Rota's resignation because he wants to redirect his cannons towards Trudeau, and this is his game. Well, I understand his game. This is a partisan game. It is not a Canadian game. And you know how much I love Canada. But if you want to defend Canada's reputation in the world today, Mr. Poilievre, you should ask for Rota's resignation. And then continue punching Trudeau the next day on this issue and others. But this is what is needed today.
Is it fair to say, I mean, I just have to seize upon your remark about Canada. I mean, I think you like Canada, okay, you just don't want to be part of it.
Exactly. I want to be very good neighbor. I think Canada is a great place to visit. Yes.
So before we move on, I just think I want to ask, how does this happen? Like, ultimately, we've had lots of people raising the point that there was a security failure here, and I get that the buck stops with the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, but Anthony Rota was acting independently. He did this on his own initiative. There's a massive security failure, it seems to me.
Well, Rota is not a single guy in a closet side office. Mm-hmm. The office of the President of the House of Commons is a major endeavor with a lot of staff, and he has an international presence constantly. And so it's just unacceptable that he didn't vet this guy just through Google, as everyone said today. And then the Prime Minister's office should have been a backstop, because Zelensky was there, because there would be this announcement, they should have double-checked. But they were Plan B. Mm-hmm. Plan A failed. But in any case, even though Trudeau bears some part of responsibility, the nation's interest is that Trudeau disassociates himself from Rota in a clear manner. And that's why he should resign. And I don't understand why Rota himself doesn't understand that.
Yeah. I don't see any other possible outcome. But let's move on to this. I'm very intrigued. You say Taylor Swift's impact on American democracy. So, Jean-François, is this about her asking Swifties to register to vote?
Exactly so. So she had. I'm a Swiftie. I must admit.
All right.
I am a Swiftie since Reputation. Reputation is what. No, at first, Shake It Off I thought was great, and then Reputation just pushed me over the edge.
Nice.
And 272 million followers on Instagram alone. So yesterday or the day before was National Registration Day in the U.S. As you know, in Canada, we're de facto registered on the polls, on the list for elections. In the U.S., you have to register. She asked her followers to register. They just broke the internet site. They had never had so many people register at the same time. I think a 200% bump from last year. Mm-hmm. And so, kudos to Taylor Swift. There's a documentary on Netflix about her, Miss Americana. And there's a point where she decides that she wants to be politically active, which she hadn't done before. And her managers say, you're gonna
make people mad.
Make people mad.
Mm-hmm. And there were other words used than that, but
and push away a number of your listeners. And she said, "But I want to do that. I want to do that." And I say, "Well, that's a woman that stands up for her convictions, and she's been active, and she has a real impact."
Oh, sure she does. Yeah. I just wonder if it was easier to register to vote than to get tickets for her shows. Did you get waitlisted?
Well, I decided to go. I bought tickets for the cinematic experience.
There you go. That's what I'll be doing too.
With my daughters.
Me too. Yeah. All right. It's way cheaper. Yeah. All right. Awesome. We'll save a whole lot of money, right, Jean-François?
Sure.
Thank you for your time as always.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you on Wednesday. That is Jean-François Lisée, former leader of the PQ.